I guess, do you want to go into your final segment? Because you set this one.
Oh yeah, is this the Q&A?
Yeah.
So I put out on Twitter the other day, if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, drop them below. I don't know if what I just said made sense.
Yeah, no, it made sense.
Yeah, and yeah, we're just going to do a little Q&A segment going through some of your questions. So,
Woo.
Jeb, the sociopathic Bush, asks, what would be the ideal first villain for the 14th Doctor to face off against, and why?
See, this is an interesting question, right? Because, honestly, I think my preference would be a new villain. Like, if it had to be a returning one, I mean, he's already done the Autons. I think they're a pretty good... Because, like, you need something that blends, like, the everyday with the alien, which is kind of what Doctor Who is.
I guess we could slightly change the question and be like, first pre-established villain, as in, like, the first time they come up against something that's, exists within universe. Because I think I'd agree with you, and I would like an original big bad, as opposed to...
I'll tell you what would be a neat one, right? Mm-hmm. The Boneless from Flatline.
Yeah, nice one. Yes.
They'd be an interesting one to come back. I think they'd be an interesting challenge for a newly formed Doctor, especially. Like, because in like how in like Time of the Rani, not the best example, but in Time of the Rani, how when Seven is regenerated, he's like a bit woozy and he can't really see things properly, and he thinks Rani in a wig is actually Mel and whatever. Yeah. Like, you could have a similar thing with this, where like he's not sure. When there's like people in the wall and stuff, he can't tell whether they're actually like there, or like you could play on that a little bit. I think the Boneless would be the
Boneless are villain. Really neat villain, especially visually as well. Like the stuff you could do there is really cool.
They'd be really impressive for like a start of a new era, I think.
For me, I've said it to you before, like. I've always really wanted to bring back the Vashnarada. I don't know why we haven't brought them back yet, because it's such a good concept, like shadows, just playing about with the dark. And I'm like, there's so many like visual.
How we both picked similar vibes for villains, really.
Yeah, because they're more like entities as opposed to like physical like monsters. For.
And they're very creative, so I think for a first episode, they'd be a really cool idea to grip people, I think.
Yeah.
So both of those, I think, would work really well.
So the next question we have is from Ollie, who asks, why would Jean cheat on me with some common podcast flossy? Or fussy, I don't know what that word says.
I think that's more a question for you than for me.
Well, Ollie, sorry. I
have more clout.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm using Faries for the clout. He's bumping up the subscribers on the main channel, and then once I've hit a milestone, I'll leave him. I'll throw him into the dirt and come back. It's fine. I'm doing it for your benefit, bro. Just don't tell Faries.
Oh.
Okay.
Next actual question.
Alfie asks, what other franchise/property would you like to see Doctor Who do a proper crossover episode with? And give an outline of that story.
I have an idea for this. Do you want to go first?
I don't know what sort of franchise I'd want Doctor Who to cross over with. Because he says episode particularly, and it's like, I'm not necessarily a fan of crossovers. Like, it's just like a general thing I just don't vibe with. I think if it was like a game or something, then I'd be a bit more lenient with it. But I don't know. I don't know what sort of thing I'd want Doctor Who just to show up in. I find the whole idea a bit cringe.
That's fair. If there had to be one, though, I kind of feel like, can you imagine, right? Especially with Capaldi, imagine a crossover episode with Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Like,
you see,
imagine those two together.
Yeah, that would be great. The only reason, right, as soon as you said that awful, what's it, Rap Battles of History thing popped into mind.
It's not that
It's bad. Really bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad. I hate it.
I don't mind it.
It's so cringe. But yeah, I can see where you're going with it.
I just think that would be fun. Like, can you imagine Christopher Lloyd and Pete Capaldi together? Like, it would be very, very fun. Very sweet. So maybe them.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, I'd have said before Harry Potter got tainted. Maybe do like a few years ago that might have been a good one to do. But
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work, but
I don't know. You've got magic in there. You can make something up.
Yeah, I mean they've managed to make Robin Hood work, so I see no reason why something like that couldn't also work. I guess. Yeah, that's my answer. Back to the Future.
Yeah. Okay, that's a valid
cool.
one. Adzinko has put, "Hi, bored. Would like you to think up the new upcoming sex update, which will include women. Personally, I think the CEO of Sex has ruined it with his woke politics. But I'd like to know what you think." And it has the picture of, the guy that plays Ned.
Jacob Batalon.
Yeah.
Ned.
Yeah. I'll let you answer this one.
No, I think you should.
No.
I'm
just thinking.
No, it's your segment. I think you need to.
So,
do this one,
yeah, I'm not sure. Like the update, having women in sex, bit cringe.
All right. Next question.
This is awful.
This is terrible.
Adam,
we should not have asked the audience for questions.
Adam has asked a few questions. So I'll just go through them, I suppose.
Adam, is it? It's not Adam Martin, is it?
It is not Adam Martin. It is.
You got me excited.
It's Adam LaGrace. I went to college with him a few years ago.
Oh
and
wow!
We did photography. Hi. Can we have a Tharies and Jean-Luc cover of Doctor in Distress to open episode 2? Well, I mean, it's too late now to open it, but
it's too. Yeah.
Would you like to sing Doctor in Distress, Tharies? Maybe we can end the podcast with it. Maybe that's the compromise. We will sing out the episode.
We'll do that. Okay.
Okay, serious question. Which missing stories do you guys want to see animated / returned?
I mean, Dalek's Master Plan.
Dalek's Master Plan's an obvious choice. The Highlanders would be a good one, just to see Jamie's first story.
You just want to see Scottish.
I just want to see Jamie's first story, because Jamie is like one of my favourite companions. And the Troughton era is also an era that I really like, so I think that'd be a cool one to have back.
Yeah.
What Hartnells are because there are a few Hartnells that still need to come back, like Celestial Toymaker. I've not experienced that.
Yeah, it would be kind of an interesting one to see. I think Dalek's Master Plan for me is just
I think that is the obvious one. That is the big epic.
Yeah, because we've kind of had a lot of them already sort of transition over into a lot of the obvious ones have been animated or whatever.
Power, Evil.
I really like the Galaxy 4 animation. As an aside, I thought it was a good animation.
Yeah. For a story that's not it's a bit of a throwaway story. But yeah, I think they did a good job of what they had of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Favorite seasons of Doctor Who, of all Who.
I guess if we're talking modern and classic.
Yeah, I'll give one of each.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
For classic, it would be between. Oh, should I even do between? It'd either be season 5 or season 26. Okay. I'm leaning more towards season 26 because I do really love. Oh no, what's his? I forgot his name.
Curse of Fenric?
No, not Curse of Fenric. I forgot. Yeah, that's a McCoy. I really enjoy McCoy's final season.
You forgot McCoy's name.
I just had a blank moment.
That's fair.
Yeah, there just isn't a bad story in it for me. I think they're all, and I mean, Curse of Fenric is one of my all-time faves anyway. I would give that a 10 out of 10.
It is good. Mm-hmm. And then New Who?
New Who is probably a bit of a boring one, but series 1.
Fair. No, that's fair.
It's just, it is just a perfect. Well, it's not a perfect run of stories. Maybe nostalgia is clouding it a bit for me, but it is it's just such a strong series of stories. I think it's one of the best arcs that we've had. The characterization.
I was expecting you to pick. Yeah, I was expecting you to pick either series 1 or series 4.
For me, I prefer my top 3 seasons of New Who are series 1, series 3, and then it's between series 4 or 9, because I'm one of those people.
I don't get that, but
I don't know what it is. I rewatched the Capaldi era like a year or two ago, and it's just, I don't know what it is. It just connected with me a lot more.
Fair. I will say, I did start rewatching Series 8, and it was better on rewatch than I remember it being, at least from what I saw. So yeah, but I guess me then, I'll start with Classic Who as well. For me, it's between either season 12, Tom's first, really like that
That's
one.
That's a very good choice.
Or season 25.
Ooh,
yeah. Sylv's second one. Big fan of Remembrance.
Yeah, Remembrance, great show.
Happiness Patrol, great show. Really, really solid season. I think
the only dud really is Silver Nemesis, and even that I don't. I quite like it.
I even have
fun
with
I
Silver
enjoy
Nemesis,
it. Yeah,
so
too.
I don't even think that's that bad. So for me, it's either that or season. I might go for. It's difficult. I think I'd probably go for season 25.
Okay, yeah.
But it is very close between those two. And then for New Who, I'm going to say Series 5.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Matt Smith's first. It was either going to be that or Series 4. Admittedly, for me, on a quality point of view, Series 4's probably got the edge. Mm-hmm. But Series 5 is just my favourite new series. Like, the vibe, I think the episodes are really solid, and some of them are quite underrated, I think, personally.
That's fair. It's I need to rewatch it, to be fair.
I think Matt Smith makes a really, really strong start.
Yeah. I think he's the best. He's the best that he is in Series 5, vibes. In my opinion.
Mm. Like, the fact that he so instantly just is the Doctor, so quickly, and especially coming after David Tennant as well.
Yeah.
The modern Tom Baker, that's a big task.
I mean, to be fair, I think he is one of the strongest openers.
With flying colours.
By
11th hour
is really strong.
It's great. So yeah, Series 5 for me. But it is close between that and Series 4, admittedly. Because, to be fair, that period of the show in general, 2008 to 2010...
That's when you would have been
to me, is probably, quality-wise, that's when they hit their, peak.
You would have been the perfect age for it as well.
Yeah.
Next question. Favourite companions?
It's funny how we mentioned this now, because we were having a meme last night, weren't we? Because Joe, Confused Adipose, he posted some of his favourite companions.
Yeah.
And I replied saying, you missed one with Amy Pond. I genuinely do really enjoy the Ponds as characters. I know Amy's got her flaws.
The Ponds,
and I know...
you know what, right? I'll say, Amy isn't one of my favourites, but I'll say the Ponds are great for Series 5 and a lot of Series 6. I just think it's when they brought them back that I was oh, you're kind of overdoing them. And I do kind of think them, the whole breaking them up just to get them back together thing was a bit Amy being...
Yeah, it was a bit full stuff. I can agree with that. So, I guess for me, we'll do the same thing again. We'll do new and classic.
Okay.
For new, I probably would say the Ponds. They just, again, it's partially nostalgia bias. I'm not going to lie.
That's fair.
It is an element of, they are my childhood Team 11, Amy and Rory they are my version of Doctor Who, for lack of a better term. That is... what I grew up with, what I see the show as, and, I do genuinely think that trio is a really, really fun, solid trio. In terms of Classic Who, honestly, in terms of favourite classic companion, I'd have to go with Ace.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Again, 7th Doctor. I love how 7th Doctor again, but, Ace just is great.
Well, I think that's why those seasons are as great as they are. The McCoy is just the 7th Doctor and Ace work so well together, and she is such a great companion. I definitely say
the likes of Sarah Jane would be up there as well, but I think for me,
it's I think Sarah Jane. I think classic Sarah Jane isn't as strong as a companion as people make out, because I think it's.
I think if you combine Sarah Jane all together as one character, she is one character. But I mean, if you include all of her development, she might have it. If you include classic and new Who, but if we're talking just classic and just new, I would say Ace. For me, is the strongest classic companion.
Yeah, my camera has died. Yeah, so for me, new Who wise, that is a tricky one. I'm leaning towards Martha, to be honest.
Fair.
I really like.
Donna was also up there.
Oh yeah,
as well,
Donna.
to be fair.
Yeah, like especially with the chemistry
And
she has
Wilf
with
and
Tennant.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying because I really like Martha as a character, but I don't like.
The art.
Yeah. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, but she's such a strong character. It's like, I just want to see them get along and not have this whole Rose like rebound thing happening.
I think she has a lot of potential to come back if they were to do 100%. Actually,
yeah.
Fuck you.
Like, and the thing is, it's like Freema Agyeman is like she has like the Paul McGann thing of like she just doesn't age.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and like she could definitely come back being like a part of UNIT still or something, and it would just make sense.
Well, yeah, I know she appeared in a few episodes of Torchwood and stuff. She's done like a few Torchwood audios as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was between her and maybe Clara, because Clara good. As for classic companions, yeah, Ace, really strong one. Kind of already touched on that. I suppose Jamie as well. Like, I just really love the vibe. Like, that Jamie
I didn't even think of Jamie, but yeah.
I just love the whole like. It's again, it comes into the chemistry that I think they have with the Doctor. Just the whole like, Jamie Second Doctor's thing they've got going on. It just works perfectly.
Yeah, no, I agree. That is a strong choice.
But yeah, there are a lot of good companions when I come to think of it. Like Jill, another one that's really good. I don't know. I could go on forever just talking about companions that I like. And I guess to end it, why is the Candyman the greatest Who villain ever?
Because he just is. Candyman is iconic. The voice is great. The whole idea of a mercenary that's shaped like a bunch of confectionery is just such an inspired idea.
It is.
Like, genuinely, I think the Candyman's a cool idea. Like,
he is,
genuinely.
yeah. And I even dig the design. I get that it's a walking lawsuit.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is a...
Yeah.
It is... It's one that I really wish we had a figure of. I get why they can't do it. It's just such like a cool like visual monster. And the idea is like kind of genuinely horrifying as well when you break it down.
Yeah, it's really good, I think.
I
love the Happiness Patrol thing.
Yeah, I think I'd do like a Willy Wonka-esque like episode with the Candyman. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat.